Welcome to the Chiefs Way. Now mash that subscribe button or drop and give me 50!
Hey YouTube, today I was looking out here at this pretty substantial amount of snow that we have gotten here in a couple day snowfall in Wisconsin. And I thought, how much water could I get out of a 5-gallon bucket of snow? So what we're gonna do is we're going to fill up this bucket. We're going to see how much water we get and how long it takes to defrost that, to melt it in a typical basement. So if you like this content, please like and subscribe. All right, it's about 4 degrees out here right now, so I'm going to fill up this bucket, then I'll show it to you, and then we'll get back inside. All right, I got it filled up and packed up real nice, as much as I can get in there. Well, let's get in out of the cold and get it down in the basement and get started. Okay, we're in out of the cold. Okay, and we're in the basement next to our emergency power system, which just on this past Saturday, a couple days ago, today's Monday, Martin Luther King Day, on Saturday, had about an 11-hour power outage from this all that heavy snow. There was a power pole fire on the other side of town, which knocked us out for about 11 hours. So this was up and running. Okay, we used the power station and also used some of the portable power stations to power up stuff for that time period. So let's go here. We're going to check and see what the temperature is around it. All right, on the floor, it's like 56, 55. See that battery back there is like 56, 55. That battery over there is like 57. Refrigerator is 56, okay? So it's about 58 degrees, 57, 58 degrees. Let's look at the snow. See, the snow is saying it's like 29 degrees. Okay, the bucket is about 35 degrees. So let's get a timer out. We'll get a timer started and we'll see how long it takes to melt this bucket. And then we'll measure how much water we get. Okay, we got a stopwatch ready on an old phone here, so let's get that started. Okay, and what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna cover this up with a, basically just a white towel. Just keep any dust buildup out of it. All right, we got an old towel over top of it. Again, just to keep anything from settling from the air down onto it. Keep it as, clean as possible. We're not gonna be able to drink it like it is, so we're gonna have to filter it. But when we get to that point, we'll take a look at some filtering options. Okay, it's almost been 17 hours. And it's getting there. I mean, covering it up is not if you're in a hurry, covering it up is not the way to do it. So we'll keep going, see if we can see how long it takes. Okay, we're at 24 and a half hours and we're down here. I mean, there's a little bit of slush just left over in there. So, I mean, we need to get that completely melted, and then we'll go ahead and measure how much water we got. Okay, we're almost at 27 hours. And we still got slushy in there. So I'm just gonna leave the cover off and just let it finish up. I mean, when it's covered, obviously it's gonna be insulated and it's gonna take a long time. So I'm just gonna leave it over to finish this up to find out how much we're gonna get. And the only time you really wanna cover it is if you don't have a good filtration. But if you're gonna filter it, then you might as well just leave it uncovered, and we'll do that test next. We'll get another bucket with uncovered and see how long it takes. So I'm going to leave this cover off and get this finished up to see how much water we get out of this 5-gallon bucket. All right, it's finally defrosted. We're going to use this 1 gallon empty water container here. Filling it right up to the top is 1 gallon because that's how it comes new. And then we'll see how much water we get out of a 5 gallon bucket of snow. Okay, we got our answer on how much a 5 gallon bucket of snow will make. First we filled up this completely 1 gallon of water here, and then I used this measuring cup to measure out the rest of the water, and it was another 66 ounces. So it was 1 gallon, 66 ounces, or basically 1.5 gallons. So the only thing left to answer is how long will an uncovered bucket take to melt? And then how can we make this water potable, which is, make it able to be drank. So we'll go over some methods of how we can make the water potable. Okay, we got another bucket of snow here. We're going to test how long it takes to melt in a common basement when it's not covered. When we covered it, it just took insanely long to do. So let's get some temperature readings. Okay, the bucket is 37. Floor right around it is 56. That battery is 55. That battery over there is 53. Okay, so it's in the low 50s. Okay, let's check up here. All right, it's 57, 58. Okay, so it's in the in the 50s. So let's get our started, and we'll come back and check on it a bit and see how long it takes. All right, we're at like almost 22 hours, and there's just a little bit left down in there. So we can bust it up. It's just slush. That'll help it melt a little bit faster. So we'll give it a little bit more time and we'll see how long it takes. Okay, it's been 27 hours and like 13 minutes, and it's finally completely thawed out. I think it takes one, that we're in a cooler basement, and two, I packed that snow in there pretty tight to get every ounce of water I can get. So 27 minutes and 13 seconds on a 5 gallon bucket of snow that's really packed in there with no cover. So again, that bucket of water got me 1.5 gallons. So out of 2 5 gallon buckets, I filled up completely 3 gallons of water. Okay, now that we have our 3 gallons of water that we melted from snow, how can we make it drinkable? Okay, so we're going to go through some methods here, like from worst to best. So right here would be, the worst way to do it is these purification tablets. You put them in the water based on how much it is. They dissolve and you wait like 30 minutes, but usually they make your water, kind of taste bad. There's a taste to it. This is better for field use than, long-term home use. So we'll put those aside. All right. The next worst way, or the next way would be, just using a pot, filling it with water and boiling it. So, you could boil your water, but you'll sanitize the water. You kill off any bacteria or anything in there, but you won't like filter out anything that might have got in the water. Okay. You could always use a product like this. These are the Life Straw. And again, these are good for like field use, where you could take them out in the field, whether you're camping or hiking or something. You can stop at any water source and just stick it in that water source, and then just suck on the top like a straw. So again, this this would work well, but you'd just be constantly drinking out of a big straw. Okay. You can always use something like this Sawyer Mini. Okay, it's got a bag in there. You could just fill up that bag with the water, and then you could just kind of drink it through this filter if you wanted. Okay. You could use a good old-fashioned Brita water filter. Okay, and run the water through the Brita water filter. Then there's this would be by far the most expensive way to do it, but it really filters water well. This is the Katadyn pocket water filter. I mean, this thing goes for around $300, but you can make up to 13,000 gallons of water on one filter, and you just put it in and you would pump it, and out the other end comes clean water. Again, this is good for field use, or we could just pump the water through the filter out of our dirty bottles, and we could have 3 clean bottles, and filter the water from one bottle to another. But the best way to do it, and the easiest way, is to have one of these water filters. Okay, this one happens to be from a place called SHTF and Go. They have a website, and but they have their actual physical store that's a couple towns away. So I went and bought this one. It's like 2 buckets. These are about 2.5 gallons a piece. The top one has 3 separate filters in it. Okay, so you put your the bucket with the filter on top of the clean bucket. The clean bucket is the bottom, and there'll be a spigot that goes in this hole. Okay, and you dump your water in the top one, and then you put the top on, and right up under here, up under this little smiley face screw-on ball. Let's see if we can see it. We can't see it in there, but there is on the top is a air plug like you would have on a tire, and this comes with a small pump. So once you put your water in the top bucket with the filter and put the top on that seals, you use that pump to pump air pressure into it, and it helps push the water through the filter from the dirty side, the dirty bucket, down into the clean bucket where you would have your filtered water. And then I have like a black light, a UV light that you would put into the clean water for 30 minutes to really sterilize it. So this would be your best process, and you would just set it up, and it'd do like 2.5 gallons of water at a time, and then you could just drain it right out of that clean bucket into your clean gallon size containers for storage and consumption. Okay, if you like this kind of content, please like and subscribe. And if you would like to help the channel, you could always hit the join button or hit the thanks button. And I'll leave a link to this product down in the description. All right, have a good day, and we'll see you in the next one.